Okay, page 165. Kita dah nak habis dah. 10, 11. 11 habis. 10, 11, 12 kan? Ada satu. 12 satu page je. Dah habis dah kita ni. Okay, towards the end dah. Okay. What do you mean by Keynesian model? Chapter 10, we are talking about Keynesian models. Okay, let's go over the history first. Okay, earlier we have a group of people called classical economists because they live during the classical days. Okay, because they have a classical theory. Apa ni baru masuk ni? Allahu, anak anda Khalid kenapa baru masuk sayang? Ha? Baru bangun ke? Lek?
Ya, Madam.
Baru bangun? Aduh. Benda dah habis tau chapter 9 yang cover sikit tu. Nanti you baca sendiri tau. Sebab tu masuk syllabus okay, untuk quiz number 3. Okay? Sekarang kita chapter 10 dah. Okay? Okay, during the classical theory kita ada classical economy. Siapa yang masyhur dekat sini? Ada dia tulis kat sini. Yang paling masyhur adalah kalau pasal ekonomi dia seorang je, pasal dia akan memang glamour nama dia. Okay? Adam Smith. Okay. Adam Smith dia ada buku dia The Wealth of Nations. Okay, dalam buku ni dia discuss a lot in terms of the economic, but most of them they are classical economists. What does the Wealth of Nation or Adam Smith discuss on? Okay, most of it they discuss on laissez-faire. Okay, laissez-faire ni glamour lah laissez-faire. What do you mean by laissez-faire? Laissez-faire meaning to say no government interventions. Okay, in our economy now, if the price is too high, isn't it? Government intervene, set the price ceiling, isn't it? So that the buyer will benefit. Or if price is too low, nobody wants to produce that. So government intervene into the economy and set the price floor, the minimum price, isn't it? So government will intervene into the economy. Nowadays, earlier during the classical economies, Adam Smith said that no government intervention, leave the economy as it is. We talk about the laissez-faire. So macam mana bila ada market imperfections? Macam mana bila okay, let's say we have demand supply, the price is set lower than equilibrium, PE. Price is set at P1. So what happened? What will happen? So laissez-faire says that the market will correct itself. So this is a shortage menyebabkan buyer bid up the price. Price naik sampai ke PE. Bila sampai PE, it stop there. Okay, so price in equilibrium. So tak perlu kita nak sibuk-sibuk kacau the economy. Government duk diam, just settle the country, do not intervene in the economy. Okay, so dekat kuliah nanti you will learn a lot with regard to the Adam Smith. Okay, we talk about the doctrine here. Okay, later on tak ada masuk ke sini. Okay, it's just a market self-corrections. Okay, market will have in equilibrium by itself. And then we have another one, Jean-Baptiste. Okay, Jean-Baptiste. Jean-Baptiste dia glamour dengan apa? Say's law. Okay, Say's law. What does the Say's law say? Anyone? Okay, this is a sejarah, okay? Say's law says what? Supply will create its own demand. Okay, supply creates its own demand. Macam mana tu? So if you want to produce something, you produce first, supply first, the demand will be there. Awak rasakan zaman-zaman dulu, bila let's say you come up with a recipe, let's say recipe apa dia? Takoyaki. Aku nak jual takoyaki, ada korang nak beli, Kita takut ada, maka aku jual kan tak ada siapa nak beli. No worry, say. Supply create its own demand. Okay, meaning to say you supply first, the demand will be there. For sure. Sebab apa? People ni they are curious, isn't it? Apa tu? Takoyaki. Ke benda? Sedap tak? Sedap. Okay lah, try. Bila dia try demand, sedap lagi bercakap kat kawan dia. Kau dah makan tak benda ni? So the thing spread, isn't it? Okay, so takoyaki will have their own demand. So what you need to do is that supply first. Are you with me, class? Okay, this is a Jean Baptiste sales laws. Okay, and we have a lot more then. Mana tak nak gilah satu-satu, boleh pun tak cakap banyak kat sini. Okay. So during the classical theory, since we said no government intervention, here they will discuss a lot on invisible hand. Invisible hand meaning to say self-correcting lah. Ada tangan-tangan yang akan menolong price ni untuk naik, ataupun bila price too high, ada tangan-tangan yang menolong menyebabkan price tu akan turun balik. Invisible hand. Okay. So sampailah year 1929. This is a situation where US was hit by Great Depressions. What is depression? Anybody knows depression? It is same as recession. Tapi Great Depression ni apa dia? Turun yang turun. Kalau turun sekejap naik, this is a recession. Tapi kalau turun tak naik-naik ni kelas, prolonged recession is called depression. Dah lah depression great nah lagi. Are you with me? Depression tu dah teruk tapi great lagi. Banyak besar lagi. Maknanya memang teruk. So US was hit by Great Depression. So how to correct the economy? The classical says tak apa nanti naik balik lah tu. Dia tunggu turun tak naik-naik. Tunggu turun tak naik-naik. Tunggu turun tak naik-naik. Dah kelam kelibuk dah geng ni. So datanglah si mamat ni, nama dia siapa boleh baca? John Keynes. Betul lah awak. Kebanyakan panggil Keynes. Pakai Keynes ya Keynes, okay? Sebab tu panggil Keynesian saya. Pronounce dia Keynes. Okay? John Maynard Keynes. So that's a Keynesian model. So dia cakap apa? Keynes cakap apa? Keynes cakap tu last kali. Last paragraph, last kali. Keynesian theory whereby the solution to Great Depression is simply requires the intervention from the government. Tu Keynes datang cakap, so government must intervene here. Dah jatuh tak naik ni. Okay, so government intervention is needed. Okay, so bertukarlah daripada classical theory tu neoclassical theory. Okay, neoclassical theory whereby John Maynard Keynes come with this one. So yang ni lah kita nak belajar. Teori Keynes, model Keynes. Okay, boleh kelas? Okay, so let's proceed. Ada soalan terus stop me. Madam nak tanya. Okay, so what did the Keynesian model say? Keynesian model says that GNP or GDP regardless, okay? GDP regardless is we talk about C plus I plus G plus X. Dulu tak ada G ni. Dulu, GDP is equal to C plus I plus X. Okay? So dengan Keynesian model, dia add on the government here. So what we learn nowadays yang lepas pun, GDP equal to C plus I plus G plus net export, isn't it? So this is a Keynesian model. Any questions? Okay, so let's go one by one. Kita dah belajar ni, tapi sekarang kita go one by one from Keynes perspective. Okay, so consumption. The first component of GDP is a consumption. What is consumption? Is that what the household spending, isn't it? Okay, GDP. The first component of GDP is consumption. Consumption is the largest component of GDP or GNP. So kalau kita nak naikkan GDP, kita kena naikkan C. C naik, GDP naik because dia the largest. Are you with me, class? Kita pun ramai rakyat kan, population increase kan? Okay, are you with me, class? Tapi we talk about ni? Tak. The second component is the investment. This is the least component of GDP. Kenapa? Bisnes sikit je. Dah tu kalau ekonomi jatuh, bisnes bankrupt, isn't it? The least stable. This is the most stable. The most stable because it's the largest. The most stable component. Okay, the least stable and the least contribution to the GDP. Okay, for the investment. So we know that C equal to the what? Consumer durable, consumer non-durable as well as services. Isn't it, class? Ini kita dah belajar. Bina tak perlu lah. Okay? What is the new thing here is that this is the largest component. This is the most stable component. So if you want to change GDP, change C. C jatuh, GDP jatuh. C naik, GDP also will increase. Next. Okay, before we go to the C adalah apa dia tulis? C equal to saving plus disposable income. Alamak, madam. Okay. Income of the people equal to either you consume or save. Okay, this is the first equation. Okay, Y equal to C plus S. Okay. Okay. What causes consumption to increase or decrease? Apakah determinant for C? As I said earlier, C boleh naik, C boleh turun. Apa yang menyebabkan C naik, apa yang menyebabkan C turun, kelas? Anybody knows? Apakah determinant dia? Why you consume more, class? What make you consume more? Because
income.
Yes, the first determinant adalah income. First determinant. Okay? Income increase, C increase. Income decrease, C decrease. But other than income, there are other determinant also for the consumption. This thing also will determine whether you will consume more or consume less. Boleh? Okay, lepas ni kita nak belajar ni. Okay. What are they? APC, MPC, APS, MPS. Itu kita nak belajar. Okay, class? Okay. How to measure the behavior of the consumer? Behavior. You will consume more, tapi how much? More or less? Increase at decreasing and decrease at increasing. We want to know that. Behavior of the consumption of the consumer. Okay, so that's why we are going to calculate APC, APS, MPC, MPS. Okay, tak payah kita pergi yang lain je. Okay, ambil yang lain. Okay, the first. Okay, let's talk about the APC. Lepas ada APC, kita ada APS. Why? Because we know that income is either save or consume or save, isn't it? So bila ada APC, then ada APS. So what is APC? Average propensity to consume. What does it mean? APS, average propensity to save. What does it mean? Okay, formula is APC equal to C over income. APS is of S over income. Okay, what can you say from the formula? APC is average propensity to consume. It means that page 167, first paragraph. Let's say your APC is 0.8. So what does it mean? What does it mean? Well, you dapat daripada 0.8, let's say 80 over 100. You ada 100 ringgit, that is your income. You consume 80. You ada 100 ringgit, you consume 80. So APC adalah 80 over 100. So you get 0.8. So how can you interpret 0.8? Okay, first paragraph. This means that on the average, a consumer consumes 80% of the income for every 1 ringgit earned. Faham kelas? Okay, from the 100 ringgit, 80 ringgit dia consume. So APC equal to 0.8. It means that 80% of the income will be consumed. Boleh? So, kalau 80%, this is 80, for sure saving will be 20. So, APS is 20 over 100 will give you 0.2. Isn't it? So, meaning to say 20% of the income will be saved. That is the interpretations here. Are you with me, class? So we can say that APC plus APS will give us 1% or 100%. 1 or 100%. Is that clear, class? Boleh ya? Any soalan? Anything you would like to ask? Adik akan bagi. Kalau dia bagi APC, dia suruh cari consumption. It depends. Sebab kita ada benda ni, sebab lepas ni kita nak draw the graph. Cuba tengok graph 169. Kita kena cari APC, kita kena cari MPS sebab kita nak draw the graph. Lepas ni we are talking about loss of graph. Page 170. 170 class. You have to find the APC, APS, MPC, MPS. You were given income, consumption, saving. Boleh? You were given table. Okay? So biasanya kita cari salah satu je, APC. APS kita tak perlu cari sebab APC plus APS is 1. So let's say you have APC equal to 0.75. So APS understood 0.25. Kita tak masuk dalam formula ni, understood dah, okay? APC 1, APS 0. APC minus 1. APC misalnya minus 1. APS berapa kelas?
2.
Yes, thank you. The total must be 1 kok mana-mana pun. Okay? Total must be 1. Yang ni ada konsekuen lain lah apa maksud ni. Tapi tahap you kita tak ambil lagi. Tahap kita adalah dia akan total equal to 1. Are you with me, class? Okay, kita kena kira. Okay, kira. Okay, any questions still? Siapa ada lagi soalan? Persoalan? Tak ada. So next, we go for the next one. We have MPC and we have MPS. What is MPC? Marginal propensity to consume. This is average. This is marginal. Kalau marginal, apa dia formula kelas? Mesti ada change of. There's rate of change in it. So change of C, ambil formula yang sama. over change of Y. Sama juga MPS is ambil formula ni tapi change of. Ni adalah change marginal. Change of S over change of Y. Okay. So let's say you calculate marginal propensity to consume change of C over change of Y. You kena ada dua. Cuba tengok page 170. Nampak tak? The first column of MPC tak ada. Sebab apa? Tak ada. Nak tolak apa dengan apa? Kita tak ada the first one. Change of C. Let's say kita ambil yang first one. Change of C tak ada kan? 325 nak tolak berapa? That's why the first MPC tak ada. Page 170. Tetapi bila income increase to 400, consumption increase to 400, saving is 0. So what is our MPC? Change of C. 400. Alamak. 400 minus 325 over 400 minus 300. Isn't it? So berapa ni? Class, come on. Kira kat madam. This is 100. 400 tolak 325 is 75. Betul? So it is 0.75. Are you with me, class? Tapi kalau you kira APC, berapa macam mana APC? C. C is berapa? 400 over income. Income is also 400. So APC equal to 1. Can you see that, class? APC equal to 1. Boleh? Nampak tak? Kalau APC 1, APS equal to 0. Kalau MPC 0.75, MPS is 0.25. This is 0.75. Also, MPC plus MPS also equal to 1. Okay, sama juga. Okay, class? So how can you interpret what does it mean 0.75? 0.8 kita tahu. 80% of income will be consumed. So what does the 0.75 means? MPC, marginal propensity to consume. You tengok page 167. 167, you tengok dekat MPC. Example, income increase from 600 to 700 and consumption increase from 550 to 625. You dapat MPC equal to 0.75. So what can we say about 0.75? It means that for every 1 ringgit increase in income, consumers spend 0.75 cents on C. Kat sini bila kita kira APC tak ada change kan? Meaning to say 80% of income kita akan consume. Tapi dekat MPC kita ada change of. Change of. So dengan value 0.75 meaning to say from 1 ringgit increase, apa ni tak boleh ni. 1 ringgit increase, 0.75 cent will be consumed, 0.25 cents will be saved. That's what it means. Yang ni tak ada change. Sebab tu kita kata 80% terus. Tapi yang ni ada change. Changes sebagai 1 unit. Tak semestinya 1 ringgit. Tak semestinya 1 ringgit. Biasa kita kena 1 unit. 1 unit increase, it makes 0.75 will be consumed, 0.25 will be saved. Are you with me, class? Any questions? Ada soalan? Not yet. Okay. Sekarang kita dah cari MPC dengan MPS. Okay. For your information. MPC plus MPS will give you 1. Okay. And for your information, MPC of rich is lower. MPC for poor is high. High meaning to say near to 1. And MPS for the rich is high, near to 1. 100%. Whereby MPS of poor is low. Why? Anybody knows? Siapa boleh jawab? Kenapa? We talk about percentage, my dear. Okay? Kenapa MPC dia, marginal propensity to consume, lower for the rich and high for the poor? Meaning to say, MPC of the poor may be 0.9, MPC of the rich may be 0.2. Kenapa high MPC of the poor? Kenapa low MPC of the rich? Itu je why. Kalau increase RM1, poor akan membeli 90 sen. Tapi bila orang rich increase RM1, dia akan membeli 20 sen saja. Kenapa orang miskin lebih membeli banyak daripada orang kaya? Kalau naik RM100, income kita increase by RM100. RM90 orang poor akan membeli. Tapi orang kaya hanya membeli RM20 saja daripada increase in income tadi of RM100. Why, class? Why? Limaza? Anybody knows? Siapa orang kaya mungkin boleh jawab. Jadi orang miskin madam boleh jawab kat sini aja. Orang kaya mungkin boleh jawab kat sini. Kenapa? Kenapa orang miskin beli sikit? Kenapa orang kaya kenapa orang miskin beli banyak? Kenapa orang kaya beli sikit? Anybody knows?
Sebab orang miskin
Louder please sayang.
Orang miskin beli barang keperluan dulu, madam.
So, kenapa dia
they spend more?
Dia spend more sebab dia beli barang keperluan.
Dia banyak beli barang keperluan.
Kehendak dia tak beli.
Kurang. Sebab tu orang kaya banyak saving sebab dia nak beli barang kehendak instead of barang keperluan.
Tak kisah maknanya bila dia membeli, tak kisah keperluan kehendak. Benda ni tinggi. Sekarang, kenapa benda ni rendah? Are you with me? Tu maksud saya. So jawapan awak salah tadi. Dia simpan sebab dia nak membeli. Maknanya membeli dia tinggi juga. Sekarang membeli, daya beli dia lower. Daya save dia banyak. Orang kaya. Orang miskin, daya membeli dia, keinginan dia tinggi membeli, tapi keinginan menyimpan dia rendah. Kenapa? Itu maksud saya. Okay, I give the answer. Orang miskin dia tinggi MPC dia because most of the money they buy goods and services. Kenapa? Because not enough. Still not enough sebab gaji dia let's say 400 je. 400 ni nak beli ayam, nak beli udang, nak beli belah, semua dah habis. Are you with me? So kebanyakan barang kegunaan dia akan habis. Macam tu je gaji dia dekat situ. So kebanyakan duit dia akan habiskan untuk membeli barang-barang keperluan sebab keperluan pun lagi tak cukup. Whereby as compared to the rich, their MPC is low because kenapa daya membeli dia kurang? Because they have it all. Dia nak beli apa lagi? Kerusi. Kereta dah 5 biji dah. So bila dia dapat gaji nak beli kereta lagi ke? Dia dah tak ada dah kereta. Apa dah banyak nak beli baju. Dia buka baju, ya Allah, dia punya closet dah 5 closet dah baju. Kenapa daya membeli dia kurang? Sebab dah banyak dah, nak beli apa lagi? Are you with me, class? They have fulfilled everything, the necessity, the want, semua dia dah penuhi. Emas dia berlambak-lambak. Okay, have you ever seen Datuk Vida? You tengok tak emas kat lengan dia, banyak tak? Dia tak membeli emas dah, emas dia cukup banyak. Have you ever seen the wardrobes of Nilofa? Saya tak tahu, saya tertengok kat dalam TV itu. Entah cerita apa, entah lupa dah. Dia pergi terjah rumah Nilofa. Okay? Dia buka dia punya wardrobe punya makeup, dia punya sikat. Sikat saja kelas berdrawer-drawer, berlaci-laci, macam-macam. Dia nak beli sikat lagi ke tak? Dah tak dah. Dia pun buka lagi drawer lain yang sebelah tu. Ya Allah, dia punya toner berlaci-laci. Dia nak beli lagi ke toner? Dah tak beli dah, berlambak-lambak dah. So that's why dia punya consumption is low. Dia dah have it all. Whereby kita orang miskin ni, MPC is high, dapat gaji 400, gaji 1000. Bayar tu, bayar ni, bayar tu, bayar ni, semua bayar, beli. Tinggal RM10 aja. That's why kita save kita low. Ni pun tak tergugak lagi, tak save, tak tahu. Okay, because we have also other thing to fulfill, not enough. Okay, class? That's why when they have a low MPC, their MPS is high. Dapat duit 100, nak beli apa tak apalah, pergi simpan. Dapat 100, dia simpan 100. Tak adalah kat sini, bila dia guna 20, sini dia akan jadi 0.8. 80 dia simpan. 20 dia membeli, 80 dia simpan. Kita dapat 100, 90 kita membeli, 10 kita simpan. So our MPS is low. Kita kadang-kadang tak sempat pun menyimpan. Any question, class? So for this question 168 tu, paragraph atas sikit pada consumption and saving function. Unlike the needy, the rich and wealthy people, their MPS is very close to 1 or high. Rich has all their basic necessities. Therefore, for the increase in income, they are more likely to save rather than to consume. Boleh, kelas? I want you to highlight those two paragraphs. Dalam exam, glamour kenapa? MPC of the rich is lower compared to the MPC of the poor. Or maybe why MPS of poor is low compared to MPS of the rich. Mungkin juga salah. Jawapan dia untuk these two paragraph. Okay? Are you with me, class? Any questions? Bina nak habis C saja ni. Sebelum pergi pada investment. C je, komponen pertama saja ni. It's very, very difficult. Okay? It's very, very difficult. Any questions? Tak ada bina proceed ni. Okay. Consumption and saving function. According to the Keynesian model, consumption C equal to, apa dia? CO plus MPC YD. You kena hafal. S equal to minus CO plus MPS YD. Pelik tak? You ingat macam ni aja. Kalau C, kita cari MPC. Kalau S, kita cari MPS. Yang lain tu sama. So what do we mean by CO? What do we mean by MPC? DYD kita tahu dah. This is the income. C kita tahu dah. Consumption. Consumption is CO plus MPC income. What do we mean? MPC kita tahu dah. Marginal propensity to consume. Okay, kat sini dia adalah slope. Part of the YD. Are you with me, class? Kalau YD 100, kalau sini 80, dia akan jadi berapa? Okay? Itu kita nak kira later on. So, our concern now is, what is CO? Apa beza CO dengan C? Sorry. Okay, apa beza CO dengan C? C is called induced consumption. CO is called autonomous consumption. Okay? Induced consumption, C ni, you spend because of the income. Induced consumption. Your determinant is income. Income increase, C increase. You consume more and more and more. Okay, class. Whereby CO, autonomous, you consume not because of the income. You consume. You tak ada income pun you consume. Macam mana you boleh consume kalau you tak ada income? Yang ni consume sebab income. C, induce. Kalau CO autonomous, you consume bukan sebab you ada income. Sebab apa, kelas? People have income to spend and induce. Autonomous, not influenced by the income. It is influenced by apa? Okay. Detail dia ada last kali tau. Dia tak ada dekat sini detail dia. Okay, you go for the page 170. Okay, kelas, nampak tak? Boleh tak maknanya kita membeli bukan sebab income. Kita tak ada income, kita membeli juga. Dari mana-mana dapat duit tu, kelas? Anybody knows? Ada 3 bullet tu. The first bullet is saving. Income you 100, sudah beli dah 100. Alamak. Yang tu C, induce. Okay. Kalau CO kat sini you nak membeli juga. Income you dah tak ada. You withdraw you punya saving. So, you membeli sebab bukan you ada income. Sebab you ada saving. Second one, sebab you borrow. Alamak, duit aku dah habis lah duit bulan ni. Tapi aku nak membeli juga. Nak beli makanan, nak beli biskut, nak beli roti. So where to get the money from? Duit income dah tak ada dah. We can borrow from friends, from others. Okay? Boleh, kelas? Boleh pembelian? Boleh beli. Sebab dah ambil duit orang. Bukan sebab income kita. That is autonomous. Consumption not because of the income. Is not determined by the income. And the last one we have what? Kita ada court mammoth. Apa dia court mammoth? Barang dapat tapi kita tak bayar pun. Kenapa? Kita buat transaction tapi kita tak bayar pun. Kenapa? Sebab kita buy on credit, berhutang dengan kedai tu. Court mammoth kan? For the first 3 months tak payah bayar. Tapi barang kita dapat. Lepas ni kita bolehlah ambil duit tu apa-apa untuk bayar tu. Are you with me? Sebab tu income kita tak cukup, kita bayar hutang. Boleh, kelas? So, autonomous consumption is determined by these 3. You can borrow, you can draw the saving, or you can buy on credit. Still, we can make consumption. Are you with me, class? Siapa tak faham? Siapa faham? Boleh ke? Boleh ke? Boleh. Okay, boleh. So the same thing lah. Kalau you nak kira saving function, it is minus CO, minus of this. Kalau CO dia, you punya 40, dia akan jadi minus 40. Sebab apa? Kita withdraw tadi, kita withdraw kita punya saving kan, minus lah. Okay? So MPS kita punya, MPS yang tadi slope. Change of S over change of Y. Ni pun sama juga. Change of C over change of Y. Nak cari dia, okay? YD given, yang ni given. Yang ni kena cari. If you still remember mathematics, how to come up with the function class? Y equal to mx plus C. Sama juga ni. Y equal to mx plus C. Nampak tak kelas? Y equal to mx plus C. So m is what? The slope. So m is the slope. Sama juga. So what is C? Anybody still remember what is C? C is? Alamak. Intercept. Bukan intersection. Intercept. Y intercept. You potong axis Y. So yang ni akan Y intercept. Yang ni akan jadi Y intercept lepas ni. So bila kita draw the graph. Okay, let me draw the graph. Okay, graph dia dah ada. So kita tahu dah C equal to CO plus MPC YD. S equal to minus CO plus MPS YD. Okay, so bila you nak draw, suka betul draw atas benda ni, dia tak betul. Okay. You kena buat one after another, dia baru senang. Okay. Okay, this is consumption function, this is saving function. Okay, so you tengok graph 169. First of all, you have to have the 45-degree line. What is 45-degree line? This is whereby y equal to C. Okay, this is y equal to C. 45-degree line. Page 169, second paragraph. It means that the household spent only a fraction, blah, blah. The 45-degree line, or known as income line, represent all points at which consumption is equal to income. When consumption equal to income, what happened to saving class? Y equal to C plus S. When Y equal to C, so S equal to 0. Yang tu pentingnya. S is 0. Dekat sini, S adalah kosong. So, bila you draw you punya consumption function, plus ni pasti kita akan calculate. Bila kita draw, this is our consumption function. So, this is C equal to CO plus MPC YD. Ni adalah dia punya, ni adalah CO. Betul kelas? Y intercept. CO. What happened here? This is the point where C equal to Y. So what happened to S? Bila turun dekat bawah, bila kita nak draw S, this is saving, this is income. S dia jadi kosong. Dia touch. This is S minus CO plus MPS YD. So this point is minus CO. Are you with me, class? Apa tak faham? Page 169 dengan 172 they are interrelated. Okay? Kenapa ada saving? This is your consumption. This is your income. Maknanya dia ada saving ke dis-saving sini. You consume more than your income. This is your consumption. This is your income. So this is dis-saving. Are you with me, class? Whereby this area, this is your income. This is your consumption. Income tinggi, consume less. So you have your saving area. Saving area. So the same thing lah. You have the saving area, positive. And you have this saving area. Boleh lah? This saving. Any question? Boleh ke? Boleh ke kelas? Siapa tak faham? Angkat tangan, cakap terus. Madam, saya tak faham, tak tahu apa. Boleh? Boleh. Okay? Yang ni formula semuanya. Kena ingat, kena kira. MPC macam mana nak kira, dia akan bagi C, dia bagi S, dia panggil YD. Okay, dia cari. Okay, dah. Okay, boleh. Yang lain boleh ke? Senyap je. Tajuk baru nanti minggu depan Media masuk terus investment. So Media nak habiskan consumption hari ni. Okay, so we know how to draw this. Next. Dia susah tau. Soalan ni banyak dekat exam. You kena faham. Determinant of consumption. So whether to consume, kita akan tengok income. Isn't it? But sometimes kita consume, kita tak tengok income. So this is also the determinant of consumption. Income is the major determinant of consumption. Page 172 class. First paragraph. However, there are other factors that also affect our consumption. So these are non-income factor. Okay, non-income determinant. Okay, the first one, interest rate. Kenapa kita nak membeli, kita nak tengok interest rate? What have we done here? This is because of the CO tadi. Kita buy on credit. Bila buy on credit, maknanya pembayaran mengikut interest rate. Am I right, class? Interest rate is high, you have to pay more. Interest rate is less, you have to pay less. So bila interest rate is high, will you consume more or consume less? Kalau you buy on credit, you buy more or you buy less? Less, you consume less. Okay, interest rate is low, we buy more. This is when we talk about buy on credit. Boleh? Kita akan tengok interest rate. Dulu kita tak tengok, tapi kita bila ada buy on credit, kita borrow from the bank, kita akan tengok interest rate. One more thing, kalau kita nak draw duit kita daripada bank, kalau interest rate is high, kita tak nak withdraw ke tak? Kita tak ada duit. Kita nak membeli. Sekali kita nak pergi withdraw duit, kita tengok interest rate is high. Kita withdraw ke tak, kelas? Takkan, sebab kita kena letak duit kita dalam saving sebab interest rate is high. That's why consumption jatuh. Sebab kita tak boleh membeli. Boleh? There's also another way to look at the interest rate. Next, you have the wealth. Wealth terbagi kepada dua. Physical wealth and financial wealth. What's the difference between physical wealth and financial wealth? Okay, beza dia memang banyak yang menyebabkan you lain. Physical wealth, underlying class, all physical assets, durable good, house, cars, land, electrical, apa-apa barang-barang yang physical is considered wealth. Okay, if your physical wealth increase, you consume more or consume less? Kenapa you consume less? Are you sure? Tak semestinya kita kaya, tak semestinya kita miskin, dia cakap kat sini. Betul? Okay, dah betul lah. Understood. Dah ada kereta, dah ada banyak tanah. Nak beli tanah lagi ke? Dah tak. Tendensi nak membeli kurang. So, when your physical wealth increase, you tend to buy less. When you have a less physical wealth, alamak, jam aku ada satu, nak beli satu lagi lah. Ada tendensi nak beli lagi kan? Consumption increase. Are you with me, class? Okay? As compared to the financial wealth. What do you mean by financial wealth? Comprises of all money, saving account, stock, bonds. Semua benda tu. Kalau financial wealth you increase, you consume more or consume less? More. Kenapa? You ada duit banyak. Money, isn't it? Mestilah you nak beli banyak. Tapi bila you ada kereta banyak, you nak beli lagi tak kereta? Satu lagi, benda tu susah nak liquidkan. It's very hard to liquid the asset. Isn't it? Betul? Nak cairkan. That's why consumption jatuh. Bila kita ada banyak wealth. Tapi bila you ada duit banyak, you akan beli banyak. Bila you ada saving banyak, poket you macam menggigil-gigil ke tu. Aku ada duit banyak, membelilah. That's why tendency to consume is high. Are you with me, class? Boleh kok? Boleh. Next. Kalau tak ada masalah, mina proceed saja ni. Last one. We have expectation. Kita expect, ni household ke? Expect a bright economy, good economy. Expectation, we talk about a good economy. So what happened to our consumption? Will you consume more or consume less? Ekonomi makin bagus, kita makin membeli kan? Kita makin tak membeli? Makin membeli. Okay, kita akan makin membeli. Kita expect war ataupun recession, ekonomi jatuh. Alamak, minggu depan recession. Belilah sekarang. You nak beli kan sekarang? You will save more, isn't it? Bila you save more, consumption jatuh. Saving akan yang ni saving akan jatuh. So as we know that income is consumption plus saving. Kalau C naik, S jatuh. Kalau C jatuh, S naik. Kalau income does not change. Are you with me, class? This is income does not change. But kita ambil duit dekat buy on credit, on wealth, on expectation. Are you with me, class? Last, change in amount of consume. Any question? Senyap je. Takut madam, senyap je ni. Mana ni tak nampak semua orang. Aduh. Farah boleh, Farah? Are you there, Farah? Boleh, faham?
Faham.
Tak apa, faham. Ini nak check lah sekali-sekala. Okay, last. Okay, change in consumption, change in amount consumed. Ada beza ni. Change in consumption or saving as against to change in amount consumed or saved. Okay, apa beza dulu ni? If you can recall class, change in quantity demanded dengan change in demand. Apa beza dulu ni kelas? Change in quantity demanded apa beza dengan change in demand? Kita go pada determinant here, isn't it? What make change in quantity demanded? Change in
Price.
price. What change in demand? Non-price. Isn't it? Kalau price, movement. Kalau yang ni, shift. Benda sama juga. Change in consumption, change in consumption or saving or change in amount consumed or saved. Benda sama. Kenapa ada ED? ED kat sini. Okay. So meaning to say yang ni, non-income. Yang ni, income. Boleh nampak kelas? Okay. Ha? Boleh? Okay, let's go one by one. Takut tak nampak. Okay, change in consumption meaning to say income kita does not change. What change here is non-income. Aku terbalik tadi. Yeah, sorry. Okay, this is income, this is non-income. Okay, so change in consumption. We know that Y equal to C plus S. Let's say our income is 100. Kita consume 60, so automatically kita akan save 40. Let's say you want to increase your C, change your C, become 80. Our income does not change, my dear, but we want to change your C. So what happened to S? S will decline. Nampak tak? This is change in consumption. Kita increase C. Bila C increase, S akan decrease sebab Y does not change. Y remain unchanged. Boleh? As compared to the next one, kenapa dia tak nak hilang? Change in amount consumed or change in amount of saved. Sekarang income kita berubah. Okay? Income kita berubah. We know that Y equal to C plus S. When our income is 100, we talk about 60 plus 40. Okay, change in the amount consumed and saved. This is bila change in income. This is income does not change. So, let's say our income increased to 200 ringgit. So, I don't know, maybe everything also double. 120 plus 80. Or maybe, I don't know, 110 equal to 90. Are you with me, class? Okay? Kenapa you boleh beli banyak? You boleh save banyak. Kenapa? Sebab income you makin banyak. Isn't it? Okay, income you makin banyak. Yang ni this is consumption. Isn't it? Sekarang income you shift. Bila income banyak, consumption banyak, income you shift, consumption you shift from C1 to C2. Whereby, bila income you does not change, this is your C, CU 100. Are you with me, class? So what happened? You bukanlah 100, C kat sini 80. Okay, this is income 100. This is income 200. Are you with me? That's why dia naik kat sini. 100 kepada 200. Sekarang income you remain 100 class. This is your consumption. So if you want to income you 60. So from 60 to 80 is a movement. This is a shift. Are you with me, class? Kelas? Faham ke? Tak faham? Beda, kecil sangat. Okey, beda besarkan. Y equal to C plus S. Y 100, 60 plus 40. Y 100 nak naikkan 20. So, bila you draw you punya consumption, we know that this is 45 degree line or income line, isn't it? So, this is your consumption. So, when consumption, this is your income. Consumption equal to your income, isn't it? Saving is 0. So, this is 100 ringgit, your income, your consumption, isn't it? Let's say this is your what? I don't know. You boleh ambil apa-apa pun kat sini. Point. Okay? So, tak semestinya. So, let's say padam yang ni dulu. Let's say income kita consume kat sini. RM60. So, bila kita consume RM60, bila kita draw the saving function, this is saving, this is consumption, isn't it? So, this is 0, isn't it? So, bila you consume 40, you save hanya berapa kat sini? 20. Sorry, this is 60. 60 kat sini, kelas. Alah, tak cantik. Graf Medan, tak suka. Aduh, tak suka. Okay, so sebab dia naik ni, sorry, dia tak nampak kat sini. This is your 60. Kalau you nak naik kepada 80, so nak naik kepada 80, sini 80 kan? Nak naik kepada 80. So it's a movement from point A to point B, isn't it? So what about your saving? Saving you akan jatuh, isn't it? So daripada 20, kenapa macam tu? Graf ni dia tak betul, sorry. Tak payah buat graf lah. Graf pening. Ingat macam ni aja. A movement, okay? Movementnya ni. Sebab kita ada, okay, this is, sorry, consumption. This is consumption. Okay? This is 60. You naikkan kepada 80. So, movement from point A to point B. Whereby, kalaulah change in amount of consumed or saved, C plus S, let's say we have 100, 60 plus 40. Let's say income kita naik 200, 120 kepada 80. So, dia akan menyebabkan jadi macam ni. 45. This is C1. Bila income naik kepada 100, dia akan jadi C2. It's a shift of consumption function. This one is movement of point along consumption function. Nampak tak, kelas? Sebab income kita dah naik daripada RM100 kepada RM200. Okay, dulu income kita RM100. Kita beli 100. Kita boleh beli berapa-berapa pun. Okay, are you with me, class? Class? Boleh ke?
Faham.
Okay, balik, baca balik. Kalau tak faham, kita bincang next week. So, on Thursday, only siapa yang present saja, jumpa madam. Okay, nanti madam buka slot. Madam, yang tak present tak payah. Kan nak buat kelas? Study again, study for your quiz 3. Yang lain study quiz 3. Yang present saja sekejap. Dalam 20 minit, setengah jam je tengok presentation. Okay? Lepas tu study. Okay, anything you want to ask? Any questions? Tak ada. 14 orang je ni. 14 orang. 17, 16. Tak ada. Macam tu lah. Dan dia lah. Kalau tak ada soalan. Nanti minggu depan kita masuk investment tools. I want you to read it. Okay, it's very difficult. Topik ni, okay. Sebab topik 10 you kena faham untuk topik 11. Bila nak buat 11, you tak faham 10, 0. Okay, nak faham 11, you kena faham 10. They are interrelated. Okay. So, thank you. Good luck for your quiz. Assalamualaikum. Bye.
Thank you, madam.
Waalaikumsalam, madam.
Thank you, madam.
Okay.
Waalaikumsalam. Thank you, madam.
Thank you, madam.
Welcome.